this news for our election. The Department of Justice is coming to Fresno County to monitor polling sites for next month's election. In fact, they'll be in 5 counties in Southern and Central California: Los Angeles, Orange County, Kern County, and Riverside County, as well as our home here in Fresno County. Attorney General Pamela Bondi said the Department of Justice is committed to upholding the highest standards of election integrity to ensure the American people get the fair, free, and transparent elections they deserve. At Bondi's direction, this effort will be overseen by the Department of Justice Civil Rights Division. Rusty Hicks, chair of the California Democratic Party, said that no amount of election interference by the California Republican Party is going to silence the voice of California voters. So how is that being received here in Fresno County? Fox 26 News reporter Myra Franco has reaction from Fresno County officials about the added federal oversight. Myra?
Kim, the local leaders I talked with welcome the DOJ with open arms. Some are confident that this added oversight will assure our community that the voting process is fair and transparent for all voters, while others say they hope it's not an intimidation tactic. Preparations are underway at polling sites as early in-person voting begins tomorrow. With the DOJ's newly announced involvement, some Fresno County officials believe this extra level of security will strengthen the public's trust in the electoral process.
I believe that transparency is very important. Right now, so much of the public across the nation is skeptical about how our elections work, and so I would welcome the DOJ to take a look at how we operate here in Fresno County.
Supervisor Luis Chavez says he welcomes the DOJ too, but was surprised to hear Fresno was chosen. He believes the decision may stem from a mistake that made headlines last year.
Mistakes were made last year with duplicate ballots going out, and I understand that there was a thorough analysis done, make sure that nobody, voted more than once. But it's important for folks to remember that the security and the integrity of an election to us is almost sacred.
Fresno County Clerk James Koo says no one from the DOJ has reached out to his office.
We are always open and ready for anyone to come see our process because we know that we run that transparent, accurate, secure process. And so we want you to come in and take a look. We want you to be able to see what we do.
He points out that every election cycle, they have both local and state groups ensuring the process is fair and transparent. But Koo says having DOJ staff here will add another layer of security and confidence in the process.
And in the end, we hope they're going to verify, hey, you do a good job in Fresno County.
It's a way that we can show that we're doing things right. And if the DOJ does see some things where we need to make improvements, the county of Fresno is always interested in improving our elections. But I think it's great that the Trump administration, the Department of Justice, is going to be here in Fresno County watching our elections.
If this is to just observe and see our elections, more than welcome. If this is designed to be some type of an intimidation tactic, of folks that show up with weapons near polling sites or marked vehicles or any type of military equipment or anything of that, masked men that we've seen the Department of Homeland Security do recently, then that's going to be a problem.
So if you are planning to vote this weekend, the Fresno County Elections Office will be open from 9 to 5 for the next 10 days. Koo says if you wait until Election Day on November 4th, expect to wait in line. He encourages you to show up early. Kim?
Yeah, all right. Thank you, Myra. Now, the DOJ is saying that Civil Rights Division staff will be on site on Election Day to address any questions or complaints related to potential violations of federal voting rights laws. Now, Governor Newsom is far from pleased about this. Here's his reaction posted to X this afternoon.
This is about voter intimidation. This is about voter suppression, period, full stop. And it's a pattern, isn't it? It's consistent with what they've done with the federalization of the National Guard and the intimidation and the chill that's created. They'll do that right around Election Day as well. Same thing with ICE and Border Patrol, masked men. Watch that space, showing up in and around polling booths and voting places. But this is a bridge too far.
Now, the governor goes on to say that the Trump administration does not believe in fair and free elections. And the governor reaffirms that he will not back down. Secretary of State Dr. Shirley Weber is also speaking out. She says the DOJ has not provided any justification for the need to deploy federal monitors to these 5 counties in what is a non-federal special election. She affirmed that the elections are secure, transparent, and administered in accordance with state and federal law. Here's another quote from her. She says California will continue to safeguard every voter's right to participate freely and confidently in the state's special election without intimidation. And she added that her office will not allow any tactics masquerading as oversight to undermine voter confidence or intimidate voters. We'd like to hear from you. Do you believe that federal oversight can ensure that this election is fair and transparent? Yes, it is necessary, getting 75% of our vote. 25% saying no, it is not necessary. Chime in with your answer on our website. All you have to do is go to kmph.com/poll, or you can scan the QR code on your screen. Now, there is a new poll out from Emerson College. It's now giving us some insight on the future of Prop 50. According to the survey, if the election were held today, 57% of likely voters support the redistricting effort to temporarily change the state's congressional maps. 37% oppose the proposed changes, and 6% of likely voters say they're still undecided. Now, this special election is less than 2 weeks away now. It is November 4th, though many people have already voted by mail. There are several big names, both in favor of redistricting and against. Former President Barack Obama recently released a video we showed you here on your Fox 26 News at 10, calling for Californians to back the effort. Former Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger, on the other hand, opposes mid-decade redistricting.